Steady red light. Stop before entering the crosswalk or intersection. You may turn right unless prohibited by law. You may also turn left if both streets are one-way, unless prohibited by law. You must yield to all pedestrians and other traffic lawfully using the intersection. A flashing red light. Stop completely before entering the crosswalk or intersection, then proceed when you can do so safely. Vehicles on the intersecting road may not have to stop. Steady yellow light. Caution. A steady yellow light warns drivers to use caution and to alert them, the light is about to change to red. You must stop before entering the nearest crosswalk at the intersection if you can do so safely. If a stop cannot be made safely, then you may proceed cautiously through the intersection before the light changes to red. A flashing yellow light. A flashing yellow light warns drivers to slow down and proceed with caution. A flashing yellow arrow, for left turns. A flashing yellow arrow allows a driver to turn left, but the driver must yield the right-of-way to oncoming traffic. Steady green light. Go. A steady green light means the driver can proceed on a green light if it is safe to do so. You may drive straight ahead or turn unless prohibited by another sign or signal. Watch for cars and pedestrians in the intersection. Be aware of reckless drivers who may race across the intersection to beat a red light. Green arrow displayed at the same time as a red light. A green arrow displayed at the same time as a red light means the driver can proceed carefully in the direction of the arrow after yielding the right-of-way to other vehicles and pedestrians. Left turn on green. You can turn left on a green light. However, you must yield the right-of-way to all traffic that is approaching from the opposite direction before turning. Warns of a traffic control signal ahead. Height of underpass from road surface is shown. Do not try to enter if your load is higher than the figure shown on the sign. Advises you are approaching a section of highway where the opposing flows of traffic are separated by a median island. The divided highway you are traveling ends ahead. Be careful as you approach the point where two-way traffic begins again. You are approaching a point where two roads come together and an additional lane begins. You are not required to merge. Watch for traffic in the new lane. The road curves one way, right, and then the other way, left. Slow down, keep right, and do not pass. Another road enters the road you are traveling on from the direction shown. Watch for traffic from that direction. Cross traffic. Road ahead makes a sharp turn in the direction of the arrow, right. Slow down, keep right, and do not pass. There is a winding road ahead. Drive slowly and carefully and do not pass. Slow down on wet road. Do not suddenly turn, speed up, or stop. You should drive in the right-hand lane and expect oncoming traffic in the left-hand lane. Road ahead makes a gradual curve in the direction of the arrow, right. Slow down, keep right, and do not pass. Cross road ahead. Slow down and watch for cross traffic. Look carefully in all directions for traffic. Gives advance notice of a reduction in the number of lanes of pavement ahead. T intersection. Y intersection or side road traffic to the right. You are approaching a point where other traffic lanes come together with the one you are in. Watch for traffic from that direction. You are near an area where a large number of pedestrians cross the street. Slow down and watch for pedestrians. You are near a school. Slow down, watch for children, and prepare to stop suddenly if necessary. The surface of the road is covered with loose gravel. Go slow enough to keep complete control of your vehicle. Do not apply brakes suddenly or make sharp turns. Mounted in front of an obstruction which is close to the edge of the road, such as culverts or center piers on divided highways. Mount it immediately in front of an obstruction or at short changes in road alignment. There is a low place in the road. Slow down in order to avoid losing control of your vehicle or an uncomfortable jolt. Use extreme caution to avoid running off the paved portion of the highway, because the dirt on the side of the pavement is soft and may cause you to lose control of the car. The bridge ahead is not as wide as the road. Slow down and use caution. The road you are traveling on intersects a highway ahead. Slow down, look to the right and to the left for other traffic, and be prepared to stop. The road ahead makes a sharp turn to the right and then a sharp turn to the left. Slow down, keep right, and do not pass. Warns of hazardous conditions on bridge caused by ice. This sign will be displayed continuously during winter time periods. Drivers should slow down, avoid applying brakes suddenly, or making sharp or sudden movements. Used to indicate the alignment of the road as an aid to night driving. Indicates traffic is permitted to pass on either side of a traffic island or an obstruction. Used to mark the ends of the side rails of narrow bridges and other obstructions. Slow your speed and watch for trucks entering or crossing the road or highway. The pavement narrows ahead. Slow down and proceed with caution. The hard surfaced pavement changes to an earth road or low-type surface. Slow down. There is a significant drop from the pavement edge to the shoulder. If you must leave the pavement, slow down and steer firmly. The pavement has been grooved to lessen the possibility of slipper pavement in wet weather. Motorcyclists should use caution. Slow down and watch for individuals who may be disabled or who may be crossing the road in a wheelchair. You are approaching a downgrade. All drivers approach with caution. It may be necessary to use a lower gear to slow your vehicle. The sign will have yellow lights flashing, top and bottom, when the freeway ramp ahead is metered. The ramp meter, red or green, directs motorists when to enter the freeway. There is a sudden high place in the road ahead. Slow down in order to avoid losing control of your vehicle or an uncomfortable jolt. The road ahead curves sharply. Slow down, keep right, and do not pass. The lane ends ahead. If you are driving in the right lane, you should merge into the left. Be prepared for a stop sign ahead. If you wish to turn at an intersection where this sign is posted, do so only in the direction indicated by the arrow. High occupancy vehicle, HOV, preferential lane. Buses and vehicles used for carpools may use this lane only between the hours of 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday. Do not cross yellow lines. The distance you can see ahead is so limited that passing another vehicle is hazardous and you may not pass. This sign indicates 2 lanes of traffic are permitted to turn left. The traffic in the left lane must turn left. Traffic in the other lane has a choice. Do not park, stop, or allow your vehicle to stand idling in a parking space reserved for disabled individuals, unless your vehicle has a disabled license plate or windshield identification card. Turning left at an intersection where this sign is posted is prohibited. Making a U-turn at an intersection where this sign is posted is prohibited. If you see this sign facing you, you are driving the wrong way on a one-way street, and you are directly opposing the flow of traffic. Stop. A red stop sign with white letters or a yellow sign with black letters. The stop sign means, come to a complete stop, yield to pedestrians or other vehicles, and then proceed carefully. Stop before the crosswalk, intersection, or stop sign. This applies to each vehicle that comes to the sign. Slowing down is not adequate. Advisory speed sign. This sign gives the highest speed which you can safely travel around the curve ahead. Making a U-turn at an intersection where this sign is posted is prohibited. Stay in the right-hand lane if you are driving slower than other vehicles on the road. Indicates the speed at which the exit ramp from a highway may be traveled safely. This sign tells you the maximum speed, in mile per hour, you are permitted to travel. Sign also indicates the maximum speeds permitted on the road for daytime and nighttime. Trucks are prohibited from using or entering the roadway where this sign is displayed. Drive to the right of this sign. This sign is used in advance of islands and medians. The road or street ahead is for one-way traffic traveling in the opposite direction. You must not drive in that direction, or else you will be driving into oncoming traffic. This sign tells you the road you are on joins with another road ahead. You should slow down or stop if necessary, so you can yield the right of way to vehicles, pedestrians, or bicycles on the other road. School zone. The speed shown is in effect when the yellow light is flashing. Be extremely careful for school children. Red light photo enforced. Drivers should not change lanes or turn across the double white lines. Vehicles facing the signal with the green arrow may proceed safely into the intersection. While turning left, you are protected from oncoming traffic that must stop for vehicles at an intersection. Vehicles turning at a protected light should use caution. This designates the shoulder of the road should only be used by vehicles required to stop because of mechanical breakdown, tire trouble, lack of fuel, or other emergencies. The road ahead is not open to any traffic. Look for a detour or other route. Instructs drivers that all traffic on the same roadway must merge into one lane. This sign marks a place where you may cross over to the other side of the divided highway. The use of a wireless communication device is prohibited in the school zone. These signs are added to a stop sign advising that all approaching traffic to this intersection must stop before proceeding in the order you arrived. If two vehicles arrive at the same time, yield to the vehicle on your right. On roadways with more than one lane with vehicles traveling in the same direction, slower traffic should travel in a lane other than the farthest left lane. The farthest left lane is for passing only. The center lane is only used for vehicles turning left, and should never be used for passing or moving through traffic. The only time a vehicle should enter the center lane is at a point where the vehicle will have time to slow down or stop to make a safe left turn. A green signal will indicate when you may turn left. Vehicles driving in the right lane must turn right at the next intersection unless the sign indicates a different turning point. Advisory speed sign. This sign gives the highest speed at which you can safely travel around the turn ahead. The only place where you may lawfully throw your trash on the highway is in a litter barrel. This sign advises that such a barrel is 1 mile ahead. Litter barrels are also found at all rest or picnic areas. Texas route marker signs tell you what road you are or will be traveling on. Plan your trip and know which road you want to take. Interstate route marker signs tell you what road you are on. Plan your trip and know which roads you want to take. These signs are usually mounted above the road. The arrows indicate the lane or lanes to be used to follow a particular highway route. Mileposts provide a means of identifying the location of crashes, breakdowns, or other emergencies. Mileposts are erected every mile on interstate highways. The lane that has this sign above it exits ahead. This sign tells you what road you are on. It is a short state highway in a city or urban area. Indicates an officially designated highway that branches off the regularly numbered highway and goes through the business portion of the city. Travel information. This sign tells you which way to go and how far you must travel to get to cities, airports, and other destinations. Lane use control signals are overhead signals, indicating if motorists should drive in a specific lane. If a red X appears above a lane, a driver should not drive in that lane. A steady yellow X means a driver should prepare to safely vacate the lane over which the signal is located, because a lane control change is being made. A steady downward green arrow means a driver is permitted to drive in the lane over which the arrow signal is located. Lane use control signals can be used on streets or highways. Railroad warning signs. Railroad crossing. This sign means you are within a few hundred feet of a railroad crossing. Slow down and be prepared to stop. If you see a train coming, stop. Never try to beat a train. Railroad crossbuck. Railroad crossbuck signs are posted at every railroad, highway, road, or street grade crossing and show the location of the train tracks. If more than one track is to be crossed, the sign will show the number of tracks. Always slow down, look, listen, and be prepared to yield the right of way to an approaching train. Emergency notification system. Emergency notification system signs are posted so the public may report unsafe situations and for railroads to respond to malfunctioning warning signals, vehicles stalled on the tracks, or other emergency situations. Posted on each sign are an emergency contact number and U.S. Department of Transportation, USDOT, National Crossing Inventory Number. The inventory number identifies the exact location of the crossing. Construction and maintenance signs. Construction and maintenance signs are used to alert drivers of unusual or potentially dangerous conditions in or near work areas. Most signs in work areas are diamond-shaped, but a few are rectangular. Slow-moving vehicle emblem. This emblem is required for all slow-moving vehicles. Slow-moving vehicles are those designed to operate at a maximum speed of 25 miles per hour or less, and the term includes all vehicles, farm and other machinery, and any other road machinery drawn by either animals or slow-moving motor vehicles. The use of this emblem is prohibited on anything other than a slow-moving vehicle. It must not be used on other vehicles or on stationary objects. Exceptions. The following do not need the special emblem. A vehicle being used in actual construction work while traveling within the limits of a construction area marked as required by the Texas Transportation Commission. 2. An implement or machinery being towed by a slow-moving vehicle bearing an emblem, if this emblem remains visible,